This is Catfish here. Turns out I was just talking to myself because I forgot to press record. But anyways, this is part 2 of if a dinosaur could freeze in a block of ice and be preserved, basically. So, if you haven't seen part 1 of this, I suggest you go watch that before watching this. Do it right now, or else that T-Rex there will eat you. You better hurry, it's gonna eat you. Anyways, so according to this, a fish in a block of ice would certainly not survive if it was completely frozen through. As for the fish getting frozen in the winter and thawing in the spring, it's not what actually happens when a lake or pond freezes. Only the top layer freezes. And when a layer... and there is still liquid water underneath, so the fish survives in the liquid water underneath the ice, which is very cold, but not frozen. There are animals that have chemicals in their bodies that allow them to temporarily frozen and still survive. There is still enough miniature temperature that is generally that the temperature is high enough that the animal in question is not a solid block of ice. The problem is that the ice has a lower in density than water, meaning that water expands as it's freezing, and this means that any container of water that is freezing, like say a cell membrane, will burst as the water changes to ice. This tends to destroy any living tissue that is allowed to freeze internally. And so, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with a dinosaur being frozen? Well, we have to understand how ice is made and what temperature it has to be, and for a living thing to be frozen. So, we would have to look at all this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yo, Catfish, has there ever been a case of a dinosaur being frozen? Well, yes. Yes, there has. Matter of fact, they found pteranodon eggs and some dinosaur fossil remains. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, no, that can't happen. Well, I'm going to show you that it can happen. Here we are. See, this was found in ice. And thank you, National Geographic website, for allowing me to do this. Hope you don't mind. Stunning discovery. Stunning discovery. Some 110 million years ago, this armored plated plant eater lumbered through what is now western Canada until a flood river swept it into open sea. The dinosaur under the sea buried preserves its armor in exquisite detail. Its skull still bear tile, bears tiles, something like that, like plates, and a gray pattern of fossilized skin. Hey guys, so I have to start class now, so this is the end of the video. Please click that like button and subscribe and click that bell to get notified. And goodbye.